Hello everyone, come on in. I am here to talk about, for those who are interested, in my amazing sisterhood community called LUMINOUS. And the reason I'm talking about LUMINOUS is because once or twice a year we open the doors and we invite new members in. So if you are a woman or you identify as a woman and you wish to be part of a sisterhood, then you may want to listen in. I created this community because I began to sense in my own life a lack of sisterhood, a lack of a place, a safe container where I felt women could support each other and where we could feel free to talk about our vulnerabilities, our guilt, our mommy issues, our partner issues without judgment, without shame. So Paloma is part of the group. She says join. Yes, so anywhere in the world, we have over 1,000 members right now. And although that seems like a big number, it's intimate because there's a lot of sharing that happens. So here's the deal. If you are sitting in your home right now as a woman, wondering how to build community, how to get deeper kinship, deeper friendships, where do you go? Do you go to Bumble? Do you go to Match.com? Where do you go to find soul sisters who are aligned in a very unique way? So people who come to this community, of course, have heard about my teachings, are aligned with consciousness, aligned with conscious parenting, and that's how they come. It's kind of a self-selected community. I'm very blessed. And only those who are already in connection to these teachings come to my community or come to my space. So if you join this community, you are already in a self-selected group. You don't have to vet too much. They are women who believe in raising consciousness, women who truly understand that they are here to become better versions of themselves, to evolve, to support each other in a sororal sisterhood. These are women who have already kind of passed the grade. So you don't have to wonder if they are here for another agenda. They're here to grow. But let me tell you what we do in this community. So number one, I show up as a woman. I show up as a sister, I think. I don't show up necessarily as Dr. Shefali. It's $25 a month. You can join month by month. You can cancel at any time. What do you get for this? Well, you get a Facebook group 24/7 of international women, women between the ages of 20 to 80. You have grandmothers, you have women who are in their 20s and 30s who are not yet mothers. You have women who don't want to be mothers, and you have mothers. You have wives, you have non-wives, you have girlfriends, you have all the gamut. So a Facebook community, international. And many of the women meet constantly. When I have my conference, which I will have in October, the Luminous Sisters meet for a dinner. Okay, many tables of a Luminous sisterhood. And then every single Monday, my partner in the group, Susie Lula, who is one of my closest friends and a spiritual teacher and a counselor, she and I show up every Monday. Sometimes it's just her, sometimes it's just me. And we talk about different topics. Susie and I calculated that comes up to $6 a week for you. You know, in my private sessions, I charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But not everyone wants a private session with me, and not everyone needs it, and not everyone can afford it. So this is my way of showing up and helping women. $6 an hour with me. It's mostly an hour. So this month, for example, we are talking about money, women and money. Last month, we talked about women and purpose. We do body challenges. We do exercise challenges. We do cleanses together. We do parenting issues together. We do meditation. We have so much to offer you that you will be inundated. So every Monday, we meet every single Monday, sometimes in the afternoon for the international people and sometimes at night. So you have really nothing to lose by joining and everything to gain. So try it out. Try out Luminous, try out my lovely sisterhood. I can guarantee you, you will not regret it. So MG Betancourt says, listen ladies, read Dr. Shefali's book. It's a great beginning to change your life. Well, thank you very much. I'm so excited that you love it and that it's transforming your life. So Luminous is the living embodiment of what I talk about in my book, A Radical Awakening. It is a true wake-up call to live your most authentic self. If you want to join Luminous, the link is in my bio, but you can also go to my website, drshefali.com, click on courses, and it's right there. It's called Luminous. So if you're listening right now and you want to try something different in your life, give it a go. $25 a month. I haven't changed the price since I began it, and I probably won't because I want it to be accessible to everyone. Simi says it's such a powerful community. Yes, it is. It's an amazing place to just have a fallback, just have a place where you can just be yourself. And I show up pretty much as myself. When I'm going through a problem with my daughter, I talk about it. When I'm going through an issue with a colleague, I discuss the issue. So you get to see me as raw as I'll ever be in Luminous. So if you're thinking about wanting to try something new, which doesn't cost too much and you get a lot of community for, then go to Luminous, go to courses under my website and join Luminous. So it is the living embodiment of my book, A Radical Awakening. In my book, A Radical Awakening, I talk about, Sarah says, maybe this is what I need. Yes, maybe, try it out. In my book, A Radical Awakening, I talk about the power of women rising into their worth. The only way we will change our lives and change culture is not by asking the oppressors to change. Change doesn't occur from those in the privileged. Change occurs by those who are in the underbelly of the oppression to rise up. Right? So we women are in the underbelly of the oppression of a toxic patriarchy. Not to sound all feminist, but we are. And the only way we women can change how it is that we feel oppressed is if we rise up. We won't be able to rise up by begging men to change, by waiting for the so-called patriarchy to allow us space at the dining table. They're not going to do it. And we don't have to do it through anger. We don't have to do it through stridency or through protest. We have to do it through a reclamation of our inner worth, a reclamation of our power. And this is what Luminous is about. And you have to be part of a community. You have to be, I know I'm sounding fundamentalist. You have to be. Yes, community is what we're missing today. We cannot do this alone. I have community everywhere I go. I have Luminous. I have my coaching institute, which has a community. I have a mastermind group of a very intimate group of powerful women, and that's a community. I have community everywhere I go. Why? Because something magical happens in a group. Something magical happens in a group. The group is more powerful than the individual. The individual is huge. But when the individual who is awakened is part of a group, I promise you, I have seen, I don't want to talk woo-woo, but miracles occur. Because it is in listening to other women, it is in hearing other stories that you begin to realize that you are the same, that you can be different, and that there is this thing called hope. There is a light. You can only do this when you see somebody else forging the path. And that's what I did when I wrote my book, A Radical Awakening. I didn't want to talk about my divorce. I was like, maybe I don't tell anyone I'm divorced. Because I'm like, I don't want to deal with the fallback. I don't want to deal with the shit show. I don't want to deal with judgment. But that was only a very small part of me, because I knew unequivocally that I have to share this, because people project that I'm perfect, if they do, or people project all sorts of, grandiosity and purity and infallibility on me and other wisdom teachers. And that is the trap. What is the trap that keeps us women down? Is this bullshit idea of perfectionism. We have to be perfect in our face, in our body, in our motherhood, in our partnerhood. We cannot do this. That is the plague and the poison that creates oppression. So men want perfection. Why shouldn't they? Right? They love a perfect female body, and they love a perfect female face, and they love the perfect wife and the perfect mother. Why not? But that's not their fault. Everyone wants perfection. It's not their fault to be deluded. It is our fault to play into the delusion. You understand? It is our co-creation that we play into the bullshit that they project. Right? So they keep going, wow, big tits. Wow, nice booty. Wow, she looks so young. Wow, she doesn't age. Right? They say stupid things. And then we're like, oh, I'll be the big tits. I'll be the big booty. I won't age. And we fall into it as if that's a reality that we need to aspire into. Right? I remember once my ex-husband and I went to my dear friend's house, and she's the mistress of holidays. Okay? So Thanksgiving is like amazing. And then Diwali, my Indian holiday, amazing. And Christmas, amazing. So he turned to me and said to me, you don't do all this. And I immediately was like, you're right. I don't do all this. Never mind. I had written 3 books. Never mind. I was a PhD student at that time. I was like, oh, I should do this. And I began doing this shit. And not that it's shit, but you know what I mean. I added more things to my list. So just because the mantle of perfection is out there in culture, it is not the man's fault for creating the mantle of perfection. It is not the advertiser's fault for creating the perfection standard. It is our responsibility to not fall into it. Do you understand? It is on us to not play into this delusion. It's an utter mad delusion to fall into the standards of perfectionism. And it is this unrelenting, people-pleasing, other-pleasing, I'll be anything you want me to be culture that we women are utterly oppressed by. Culture doesn't have to do anything anymore to us women. We do it to ourselves. You know you do it every time you look in the mirror, every time you go to a party and you see other women. You want to be like her. You want to be like her. You want to be a little bit of her. And you want to be a little bit of every single movie star you see. Her hair, her eyebrows, her nose, her jawline. An utter madness that we subjugate ourselves under. I want thighs like her. I want toenails like her. I want to be a mother like her. But the mother only to her second kid, not like how she's a mother to her first kid. Because the first kid is a loser. The second kid is amazing. I want to be a mother like she is to her second kid. You know what I mean? And we keep doing this to ourselves. So Ola's footprint says, how do we say no and not let others dictate our choices? Through our awakening, through our awareness, through our empowerment. This is what I do. If you want more of me, come to Luminous. But this is what my book of Radical Awakening is about, right? So Radical Awakening is a book. It has 380 pages. That doesn't mean anything if you don't practice it. If you don't practice it, right? So how to practice? Well, then you have to be in a community. You have to steep yourself with other women who walk the walk, who emblazon the way, who show you, oh, this is the way to be authentic. So this is why I wrote the book of Radical Awakening and talked about my divorce and came out to the world, because I wanted to show women that they can emblazon their own authentic path. They don't have to walk it like everyone else. And so when you are in a community where women are doing this, You know, just recently a woman came on who was suffering from cancer and raising her children and being a superstar. Not that that's what we wanted, but when you begin to see her do that, or you see another woman in my group who's lost 120 pounds just by healthy eating because she woke up to her own inner worth, then you feel inspired. But if you're not daily steeped in that level of consciousness, then how are you going to just muster this for yourself? I can't do it on my own. I need you, and you need people like me. So together we can create this environment of emblazoned, embodied authenticity. It cannot just be talked about. It has to be fought. It has to be shredded. It has to be burned, seared, in order for us to live it. So this is what Luminous is about. It's about a daily reminder to walk your path, to grow into your authenticity, to untether, to break free, to step into your worth, to act in courage, to move away from fear. It isn't about just thinking it. It is about living it. So read my book, A Radical Awakening, because it will change your life. There's a course on A Radical Awakening if you want to take the course. But more than that, cheaper, quicker, faster is to join Luminous. Because when you are with other women who think like you or the way you want to think, you will see me there almost every week. And my beautiful co-founder, Susie Lula, who, let me tell you, is more wise, more embodying, more conscious than almost anyone I know, including myself. So you have Susie and me, who have been sisters now for 6-7 years. We work together, we fight, we fought, we've cried together, we mother together, and we support each other. And we are there for you. So if you don't have leadership in your life, or you don't have examples in your life of this kind of sisterhood, it's not going to just happen. So this is why I created Luminous. The doors are going to close October 15th. If you want to try it, join it now. You have nothing to lose. You have $25 a month to lose. Something that you would spend on your hair, on your makeup, on your children, on your toenails. You can spend it on yourself. So if you want to speak to Simolite here, Simi is part of our community. You can message her. Try it out. You have nothing to lose. Doors will close October 15th. Join Luminous. Join Luminous. Bye, guys.